Welcome back to the Cyrus Fiene Team channel. My name is Kurt Genkin. Today we have a quick lesson on the difference between pre-approval, pre-qualification, and pre-underwriting, and what that means for you as a buyer in today's market. And let's start off with our first topic, which is pre-qualification. The pre-qualification letter is the easiest and fastest way to get a very rough idea of how much you might be able to afford on a loan. To get the process started, you can go online or into a physical lender and you just self-input your income and your debts, and the formula very quickly calculates what you might be able to afford. Since the input is not verified by the lender or the website that you're using, there's no real value when you're submitting an offer, since the information can't be verified by the seller. So the biggest downside to using pre-qualification letters is that the sellers will have very little confidence or no confidence at all that you can afford the subject property, because the information that is in the pre-qualification letter has not been verified by the lender. On the other hand, getting pre-qualified is a great place to start when you're thinking about home shopping and what you could potentially afford. All right, so now moving on to pre-approval. A pre-approval letter is a document that is actually validated by the lender compared to the previous pre-qualification letter. So let's get into the pre-approval. To get a pre-approval letter, you will need to submit income verification, such as your pay stubs, your W-2, all of your banking statements, any investment accounts that you might have, such as stock, your Fidelity retirement accounts, and then they will run a credit check as well to have your income to debt ratio verified. After you have submitted all this information, the lender will typically take 1 to 3 days to come up with a pre-approval letter. Now, it is important to consider the amount that is in the pre-approval letter, because we on our team always recommend that you get pre-approved for the maximum purchase price based on your down payment, so that there's no question of what you can afford when you're home shopping. We don't recommend that you spend at the very top of your budget. However, since there's no question about what you can afford, it's always easier to work your way down towards an ideal budget. The pre-approval letter is your golden ticket to go out there and look at homes with confidence, because that information has been verified by the lender. On top of that, sellers will also see the pre-approval letter as a lot more serious because it has been verified by the lender as well. A question our team gets frequently is, when should you get pre-approved? And the typical answer is up to a year in advance. You'll want to have the time to work on your finances and have the conversations with your agent to make sure that you're ready to buy. One of the reasons we encourage our clients to get pre-approved ahead of time is because they will either find out that they're in better financial shape and more ready to buy than they initially anticipated, or they will find out that, for example, their credit score is less than perfect. For example, a recent client of ours found out that his score was less than perfect, and we worked with him and the lender to get it back up so that he would get a much better interest rate with his pre-approval. Last but not least, we have pre-underwriting. While pre-approval is still the gold standard, pre-underwriting can provide a distinctive advantage in a very competitive situation. Pre-underwriting involves a high level of security in the loan when you're getting it from a lender. The reason why it takes up to 10 days to get pre-underwritten is because the loan officer and the underwriter are qualifying you for the loan and scrutinizing all the documents you have submitted to them. In return for this, you have front-loaded all of your loan work and will be able to perform better in competitive situations. Sellers who have two identical offers, one with pre-approval and the other one with pre-underwriting, will always go for the pre-underwritten one, as it offers more security for them as they're choosing which is the best offer on their home. When getting pre-approved, it will generally take you about 30 days to close on that home, versus when you're getting pre-underwritten, it will take you about 18 days to close, and this can be a distinctive advantage between very similar offers for the seller. So by getting pre-underwritten, you're front-loading all of the loan work before you're submitting an offer. Many of our clients, when we first meet them, assume that getting pre-approved or pre-underwritten costs a certain amount of money. However, This is not the case. It's completely free with any lender that you choose to work with, and we'd be happy to help you by connecting you to one of our top preferred lenders that we have an excellent relationship with. We always recommend to our clients that they get pre-underwritten if they're able to. It puts you in the strongest position when submitting an offer, especially in highly competitive situations where the sellers get nitpicky or they have offers that look very similar. To do a quick recap, pre-qualification, it's the easiest and fastest way to get a very rough idea of what you might be able to afford. Typically, this is not something you will use in an offer because the seller cannot have any confidence when the information is unverified. Pre-approval, the golden standard when you are house shopping seriously, your information has been verified by the lender and you can confidently know what you would be able to afford. Pre-underwriting. This is where you have the highest level of confidence when you're home shopping. You have front-loaded all the loan work to the beginning so you're able to close faster, and you have a much stronger position in those competitive situations where the seller starts to get really nitpicky with the offers. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found this video informative. If you have any questions, please reach out to us. If you would like to get pre-qualified, pre-approved, or pre-underwritten, we have a handful of excellent lenders that we trust. They have helped almost all of our clients succeed in today's market. Please like, subscribe, and until next time.